guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and in today's video we will be going through my round 19 AFL tips and predictions for season 2022, and as well as that we'll be recapping last week to see how I did in my round 18 AFL tipping. Before we get into the video, make sure to drop a sub, subscribe if you're new. Sorry for the lack of uploads over the past week. They should be coming out more regularly than last week. Hope you all enjoy, and we'll get straight into it. So for round 18 I got a total of 6 out of 9 correct, and that is my highest round of tips correct in a long time. So I'm going to be taking 6 out of 9. I remember for the first 4 rounds of the opening season I all got 6 out of 9, so decent score. It started off with the Dogs and the Saints at Marvel Stadium on the Friday night, and I tipped the Saints, just stupidity. I tipped them to get it done by 35 points. However, they lost by 28 points, so just disappointing to say the least. The Saints, you know, I thought they're just going to sort of prove something because they've had such a bad patch of form over the past 6-7 weeks, and they're just not proving anything at the moment, the Saints. And I thought surely they've got to bounce back if they're any chance of making finals footy, but Jesus Christ, they're just not living up to anything at the moment, and they're taking on the Eagles this week. So yeah, just dangerous signs for the Saints all around. So I started off my tipping pretty poorly with that incorrect Friday night tip. Then we moved to the Saturday games. We had the Crows and the Pies at Adelaide Oval. The Pies got up by 5 points. I tipped the Pies to get it done by 57. Big margin. However, yeah, real close result. In reality, the Pies got it done. Pretty high scoring game at Adelaide Oval. And that was the game that kick-started my tipping for round 18. Same starting time, we have the Giants and the Brizzy Lions at the MANUKA Oval. I tipped Brisbane to get it done by only a 2-point margin. They got it done by 40 points in the end. Comfortable winners, the Brizzy Lions, and they needed that one to just stay in touch with the top 4. They've been a bit up and down, a bit inconsistent, the Lions, so yeah, good to get that win on the board for them to steady their ship. And this upset of possibly even the year, we had North Melbourne defeat Richmond. And it's always after the coach leaves. After the coach leaves, the team always wins. So, yeah, the Kangaroos got it done by 4 points. There was a crazy atmosphere outside of my outlet on the Saturday night before the Carlton and Geelong game at the G. All the Carlton fans cheering on North Melbourne, just watching the TV. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. However, obviously, I did tip Richmond. They are now sitting 8th position with 2 losses in a row. One against Gold Coast after the siren, and one against North Melbourne in an absolute thriller. So yeah, coming up Friday night footy for the Tigers this week. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what they can prove. And North, well, they're still just bloody shit, let's be honest, but they got the job done against the Tigers to end that horrible losing streak. Saturday night footy at the G, we had the Blues and the Cats. I did tip the Cats to get it done by 25, and they got it done by 30 points. So pretty accurate tip. I just thought Geelong were going to control the entire game, and they did control the entirety of the game. 55-85, just a pretty flat game for the Blues to say the least, and the Cats move up to first on the table, and don't even remember the last time they bloody lost a game, the Cats. They are cruising, they've got equal points with Melbourne, however their percentage is just that tad higher than the D's at the moment, 137, sitting nicely in first position. Then also another Saturday night game was the Dockers and the Sydney Swans. The Dockers defeated by the Swans at home. It's poor. I did tip the Dockers to get up by 5 points. They dropped it by 17, unfortunately. Both teams a little bit inaccurate, but yet, once again, just sort of a flat game for the Dockers at their home venue. It wasn't really a must win, but it was certainly a handy win, because if we got that done at Optus, we would be on the same points as Geelong and Melbourne. We'll be sitting in 3rd position at the moment. Our percentage is just sort of average at the moment. Then we move on to the Sunday results. I did get every result on the Sunday correct, which is great to see. Tipped the Hawks to get it done against the Eagles. Tipped the Hawks to get it done by 70 points. They got it done by 25. However, it was a lot closer than what the margin says. Hawks kicked like 2 or 3 goals late, which made that margin extend out to what it was at the final siren. Then we had the D's get up against the Power by 14 points. I tipped the D's to get it done by 9 points. So once again, pretty bloody good, 5 points off the margin. Then I tipped the Bombers to get it done against the Suns. The Bombers have won, 3 in a row now. We got them defeating Sydney at the G, got them defeating Brisbane at the Gabba. That is insane. And then also Gold Coast at home. So little late run for the Bombers in the season, always positive signs, and yeah, great tipping on that Sunday. Now we're going to move on to my round 18 tips, and it is an absolute ripper of a round. Cannot wait to get into the tipping. Hopefully we can get higher than 6 out of 9, just keep on improving until the end of the year. I want to have a bit of a positive end of the year for my tips, so we'll get straight into it. We start off Friday night footy at Marvel Stadium between the Tigers and the Dockers. It is all square. It is all square, $1.90 a piece. The Dockers, however, sitting 4th, and Richmond sitting 8th. Both teams coming off a loss. Richmond coming off 2 losses, and Freo just playing, once again, sort of just really unpredictable footy. We had a loss against the Blues at Marvel, then we bet Port Adelaide, and we bet St Kilda at Marvel as well. Freo coming off the loss against the Swans at home. However, Marvel Stadium, we've been performing really, really bloody good at Marvel. We've dropped that one game against the Blues, which just wasn't our day, Saturday Arvo. However, Friday night footy, this is going to be an absolute ripper. I'm hoping to go to this game if I don't get sick. I'm not feeling the greatest at the moment. However, if I don't have COVID, I'll obviously be attending this game. Richmond, Freo, Friday night. It's a bloody big affair. Obviously, I don't tip against my own team, so I'll be tipping the Dockers to get us done. Gonna say 13 points. However, this game, I just really wanted to turn out like the Melbourne game and also the St Kilda game, which in the third quarter, we just run away with it and we take it all home. But 13 points, I reckon this could be a real good game at Marvel Stadium. It's going to be equal if it was OPTUS, however. Yeah, I don't know. I think it would still be pretty equal. However, Richmond, Freo, Marvel Stadium, Friday night. It's a massive bloody game. Richmond need to win this to stay in the 8, stay in finals contentions. And if they lose this, then they've dropped 3 on the trot. And if the Dockers drop it, then they've lost 2 on the trot. So the Dockers get this done. They'll be equal with Geelong and Melbourne. And just hoping for a real percentage boost. Freo just have not been good at the percentage this year. We started off really well. We had a pretty high percentage for a few rounds in. However, we've just been getting the wins and we haven't been getting them done that convincingly. So percentage is pretty average for the Dockers, 120.6. However, we've got the points. Moving on to Saturday Arvo footy at BLUNDSTONE Arena, we have the Kangaroos and the Hawks. Hawthorn obviously heavy favourites to win this game. North coming off a win though. I reckon they've got a big chance in this at home. North either have a chance of getting this done or Hawthorn just going to absolutely flog. However, I'm going to be tipping the Kangaroos in this one. I don't know if it's a bit of an upset. However, at BLUNDSTONE Arena, I reckon they're going to get another one done on the trot. Going to tip the Kangas to get it done by 7 points. Pretty close game, pretty close to scrappy affair at BLUNDSTONE. And the Kangaroos will come out on top and snag 2 wins in a row. Same starting time at the SCG. We've got the Swans and the Crows. Sydney, massive favourites to win this game. Sitting 6 on the table, getting 2 W's on the trot for the Swans against the Doggies at the SCG and also against the Dockers away from home at OPTUS. And the Crows, well, they've lost 3 in a row against Melbourne, Hawthorn, and also Collingwood at Adelaide Oval. So, going to obviously be leaning towards the Swans to get this one done. However, I do sort of see an Adelaide upset possibly happening in this game. I feel like Sydney will come out expecting a cruisy win, but Adelaide could maybe come out on top, but don't want to do anything too stupid. We're going to stick with the Swannies to get it done. 28-point winners, just a comfortable cruisy win for the Sydney Swans. 4:05 PM, bit of a strange starting time at Adelaide Oval. We have the Power and the Cats. This is a huge game. I don't think Port Adelaide just need a real turn on the Jets if they have a chance of making finals. And the Cats, bloody hell, they are not stopping. 4:05. I could see Port Adelaide getting this done. I reckon the home fans could back in Power to just lift them. Going to tip the Power to get this done by 15 points. Pretty close game at Adelaide Oval. However, I feel like Port Adelaide, the fans are just going to lift them. And the fans at Adelaide Oval are bloody spectacular. It's going to turn into a twilight game. So, yeah, I reckon there'll be a fair few Port fans there. I'm going to back in the Power to get it done. However, Geelong, heavy favourites to win this game. They're currently sitting first on the table with the percentage obviously in their favour. And they've not lost in a bloody minute, the Cats. Saturday night footy at the GABBA. We've got the Brizzy Lions taking on the Gold Coast Suns. And the Suns could get absolutely annihilated. Or we could go for another upset tip. I remember last year my upset tips sort of cost me in the tipping. However, we love the upsets. We're going to be going the Suns to get this done by 10 points. It's a bit of a sort of an average margin. However, we saw the Bombers get it done a couple of weeks ago against Brisbane at the Gabba. So if the Bombers can do it, then the Suns can do it. Obviously, the Brizzy Lions had outs that week when they versed the Bombers. However, yeah, Saturday night footy, this is just going to be a stupid tip. I know Brisbane are going to win, but tipping the Suns for a bit of an upset. 10-point margin, not too high, not too low. And yeah, we'll just hopefully see another upset happen for the Suns. They also need to win this game if they have any chance of making finals. And the last game on the Saturday is the Dogs and the D's. Marvel Stadium, grand final rematch, and just the expectations for the Dogs have just been really poor this year. They had high expectations coming into the season, obviously backing up that grand final loss last year, and they've come out and just had a real poor season comparing it to last year's granny. Going to be tipping the D's to get this done at Marvel Stadium. I don't really see this going the way of the Dogs. I'm going to tip the D's to get it done. 32 points, just a comfortable, lazy, just real scrappy affair at Marvel Stadium. I feel like the Dogs just won't be able to get it done. I don't think the D's are going to win it, but I feel like the Dogs are just going to lose it. Sunday Arvo footy at Marvel Stadium. We've got the Baggers taking on the Giants. Now the Giants have just not got the odds to get this done at Marvel Stadium. The Blues have heavy favourites. GWS are in the bottom 4. That is just crazy. The Blues sitting 7th and just having a bit of an up and down, unpredictable last few weeks. Have gone loss, win, loss, win, loss. So they need to get another win. They're scheduled for another win if we are looking at previous form. So I'm going to tip the Blues to get it done at Marvel Stadium. I don't see this going the way of the Giants, but could be a pretty close matchup. 3-point winners for the Blues, and hoping for a cracker Sunday Arvo footy game. MCG Anzac Day rematch, Collingwood, Essendon, 3:20, just a beautiful time slot of footy, 3:20 PM on a Sunday, Channel 7. We saw the Pies get it done earlier in the year, but I don't know. Now, obviously, there's something about the Pies at the moment. They are just winning games left, right, and centre. However, could Essendon make this 4 wins in a row and just continue that streak? That momentum streak is really putting me off from the Bombers, because we know how poor they were earlier in the year, but now that they've got that little momentum spark happening at the moment, the Bombers, they've got a real red-hot chance in this game. I'd love to tip an upset, but I hate tipping against the Pies. I love the Pies, 5th on the table. I'm going to tip the Bombers just for an upset, and now this is definitely going to come back and bite me real hard, but going to tip the Bombers to get it done. 1 point margin for the Bombers to get it done by. It's going to be a ripper of a game, or Collingwood are just going to come out and run all over the Bombers, but going for another upset, you need a risk it to get the biscuit, so we're going to be tipping the Dons to get it done this week. Last game of round 18, we've got the Eagles and the Saints, and this is going to be an interesting one to tip. Now, obviously, we've only seen the West Coast Eagles pick up 2 wins this year against Collingwood back in, round 2, round 3, and obviously against the Bombers 4 weeks ago as well. Where do we begin for the Saints? They bet the Blues a few weeks ago at Marvel, but apart from that, they've had loss, and there's just losses left, right, and centre for the Saints. Just not looking good at the moment going to finals footy. They're just not playing a good enough competitive brand of footy, and their accuracy as well is just really costing them. I'd love to tip the Eagles at their home venue. However, you surely think St Kilda can't drop another game. They've got to have something in them to just spark them up. They can't be losing another game, and especially dropping a game against West Coast as well. I'm going to be backing in the Saints to get it done. However, this is the last time I'm backing in the Saints to get it done. If they don't get it done this week, then bloody hell, the Saints are in the bin, and I will not be backing them in. Well, not for the rest of the year. Just playing such an unpredictable brand of footy, the Saints, I'm going to tip them to get it done by 22 points. A pretty respectable margin. However, if they can't get it done by 22 points, then the Saints just have some problems. They do have problems at the moment, the Saints, but they've got to push past it. They need to get another win. They just need to. It's non-negotiable. They need to get this done against the Eagles. There are my tips for round 19 of the AFL season. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Also subscribe to the channel if you are new. Sorry for no recent uploads over the past week. Obviously, we just had last week's tips and now this week's tips. However, I've got some things in the plans. I just need to get around to editing, get around to some filming as well. There should be a vlog out on the Saturday morning if I am able to attend the Richmond Freo game. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in my next video.